The students who graduated high school this past spring, class of 2024, well, they were the first class in North Carolina to be required to take a personal finance class. This course of study is gaining traction all around the U.S. I want you to check out this map from visualcapitalist.com. The states in light green show the states that have nearly 100% compliance in students taking personal finance classes. A big jump in states requiring personal finance happened in 2020. Now, on the list of topics here in North Carolina, the cost of credit cards, borrowing money, home mortgages, credit scoring and reporting, and paying for post-secondary education. I mean, we bring in experts all the time, right, to talk about those kinds of things. And I think how great is it that the students get to be familiar with it before they really need it?
I was actually very excited about this conversation because, obviously college is important, going to school is important, but sometimes we do take classes where they're important during the college years that we have. But then once we get out into the real world, I can't even remember some of the things that we talked about because it wasn't even really necessary. And I think this is so important because how important is it to know about, financial literacy? Very important. So this is great that they are requiring this.
And I know a lot of people say, well, your parents should teach you that at home. But I kind of think to myself, well, sometimes parents want to just keep whatever they're doing to themselves, right? And then sometimes we haven't been given the skills from our parents and back and back and back. So let's level the playing field.
Exactly,
right?
I agree.
So the state of Michigan just recently put this as a requirement. And one of the school superintendents was talking about how social media is making this more effective. Don't you ever buy anything off of social media?
Oh my goodness, do I?
Right, and so do the teenagers, right? And they say that this is why it can no longer be seen as just an elective.
Money that they can spend right now. They don't have a house payment. They don't have a car payment, many of them. So if they have a job or they have any money, it's easy in, easy out. There's not a lot of long-term responsibility. And people know that. These ads, these marketers, they know that. So they target our kids. And so it sets up poor financial decisions. And so that's why this personal finance is so important to protect them.
That's right, we want to protect them, but we also want to get the conversation started earlier. Do you remember your parents talking to you about money?
I know they mean well, and they definitely did talk about it, but not as much, you know what I mean? I feel like we're continuing to have more conversations about it now, but I wanted to talk about the social media aspect because haven't you recognized and realized that when you go on Google and you're searching something, and then all of a sudden you go on Facebook and there's an ad about that specific thing, and so you're like, maybe this is meant to be. I'm supposed to buy this. No, you're not supposed to buy that.
All the stars are aligning for you, Sydney, right? All right, well, I talked to a parent turned app developer, and his idea was, hey, let's use what kids already have in front of them, whether it's their tablet or their phone, and a credit card to teach them about money.
They worked for 2 weeks scooping dog poop and cleaning out the car and doing all this stuff to buy the toy that they want or the shoes that they want. And now they understand it. And it's not just what I call OPM, other people's money. It's easy to spend OPM all day long, but when it's yours and you've had to work for it, it changes the way you think about things.
Merced created the Busy Kid app to help parents and kids get on the same page with money. You can pay the kids on the app. You can even load that money on a debit card so the kids can learn how to manage and spend. We're going to put a link for the app in our story online. You'll be able to find it in the Two Wants to Know section.